hate your shit.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Well, because that's a lot of things.
You just try, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It is safe?
Yeah.
For
For you.
So, good. That's why.
You can kill him.
Your security? Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. This is my neighbor. I've been telling you all. Yeah, we live next door.
Yeah. I hear a lot of
Nice.
things about you.
Yeah. He's got a couple of rocks.
What's that?
Oh.
What are you doing?
Okay, I throw one of my in right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fair.
Are like a couple of the vouchers. These are all the vouchers,
Okay,
okay? And I had a question on one, and I don't see.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't think it changes what we vote on, but
Let's
just
just check.
depending on what the bill turns out to be. I'm sorry.
Jane?
I just want to see what is.
I don't see Leona's in here.
It might just be separate.
Okay, okay.
The other one, it was under, I think, L, maybe?
Yeah,
instead of K.
Lakeside, and then we've got Kilmer. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, thank you.
And that's a matching outfit thing you guys have going. That's great.
So, Mayor,
Yeah.
so this jumped out at me. And I don't need to talk about, we don't need to talk about what we have.
thank you. Thank you very much.
This is all we've got. And there's no breakdown on these months and what those are.
Mhm.
Okay, and the question. This,
Mhm.
because within Amendment 2, No discussion about the working on the 2026 budget.
Mhm.
So, there's no contract.
So basically.
Yeah, well, there wasn't to begin with, was there?
No.
Okay.
Well, there was an initial one for 2024 to do the,
2025, 2024.
yes.
Okay.
And then there was nothing, neither.
People are afraid of that corner now.
For the 2026 budget. So my question is, do we bring that up tonight, talk about that?
So is this everything for Liana?
Yes.
It's, because you put it a number earlier, higher.
There were two other invoices that were paid earlier.
Yeah.
In the year.
Yeah.
Which added up to the same amount of money. And there was an addendum that was made in September to boost it up to $18,000 to cover the additional work she was going to do. But there's nothing in the contract that talks about the 2026, working on the 2026 budget.
Budget.
And there's nothing on the invoice that differentiates out her hours, for how many hours she worked for 2026 budget
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
2025 stuff.
Okay.
So that's my concern about that.
Well, I think we probably need to do a better job of, or even Wes, of what is it she's working on, what's the scope of work, what's the statement of work?
Well, and that's all in the two contracts.
The two contracts. Oh, so we do have contracts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But there's nothing that says for her to do any kind of work for 2026.
Okay.
And so I'm questioning whether
You
or
wanna
not.
see how many hours she's?
Well,
got
I think we should break that out.
Yeah.
Because that 2026 works at different scope than what the work was for 2025.
Do you know off the top of your head how many hours she's
Oh,
spent on?
come in.
Budget planning?
I don't, I know you're saving this.
It should be.
That's fair.
Hey. And I'm not tired. You did not. Yeah, like.
There we go.
Steve, help me.
Help me. She's done it. Oh, we do.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I won't use it tonight either because I gotta
Oh, yeah.
figure everything out. I know what I'm doing on this one. It works.
We're not paying $200
Oh,
now.
really?
Right.
So, depends on how far we wanna go into this. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
You want Aaron? Or see that? I'll have Aaron. Yeah, we could just,
Anyway, that's the one.
just for fun.
Because all you have is, you don't have any document, there's no documentation. Yeah, it's breakdown of where her hours were.
Yeah.
She just gives you a piece of paper that says, I worked this many hours.
Did you know they already
I can give them a piece of paper.
Oh, hi, Wesley, it's Brad. Do you need to, oh, yeah, you're bringing me on now, I see. Okay, I see my name, and let me know if there's any problem with, if you, I don't see a button for video on my end, so if I see it, let me know if it,
Thanks.
Sorry, just one second, I'll move you, camera.
So this
okay, join us,
this
panel.
is accounts payable.
Mhm.
This is broken into
This is
two.
what I was looking at.
Oh, no problem.
These are the hard copies. These are, yeah, these are the, for all of, and it's supposed to have all of the
How do I get
documentation
my
back
video
behind.
in there? Start video.
What's that?
Okay, there we go. Okay.
It's you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's,
Thanks.
that's required for us to, yeah, and it's in.
Oh, okay, it's a requirement. I
It's,
was-
yeah, by RCW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know.
But these are all of 13th, what we call 13th month, everything for the 2025 budget.
Yeah, the December one.
It's right here.
Okay.
Okay, these are all. Start of 2026.
Are we doing these too? The 26 one? Or
That's why.
Yeah, we're gonna.
all of them?
Two year, the agenda's kind of boring. We'll just spice it up a little bit next
I
time.
thought it was all December.
No, because we acquired, we have some billings.
Right, right.
26.
Oh,
I'm familiar with it. Until I know. It's nice today. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, not gonna say.
I know that Pat Rice isn't by Mount Hood.
oh,
The intimidation.
I wanna see that sombrero you're supposed to be wearing.
Dave, don't tell him where I'm at.
I want to be
I
where
don't
it's
want that
warm.
part of the official record.
Okay. Yeah, I know. That would be me. There's not as much fish on now. You know. 11 and 8. Before we're out of the lands.
I know. Has everybody signed in? All right. Good evening, everyone. I will call the meeting to order, 6 o'clock. Let's first order of business, pledge of allegiance, shall we? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, good evening, everyone. Great turnout tonight. All right. Public comment time. So everyone gets 3 minutes. There's, I believe, a sign-in sheet
Is blank.
it's blank. No public comments tonight. Okay, we'll move it on then. Changes to the agenda. Any?
No.
All right. Do I ask for a motion to proceed with the agenda? Is that what I do? Only if we have changes. Okay. I've got to rewire myself. I'm coming off the Port Commission. Things are a little different, so I just want to make sure I'm in sync. All right, the consent agenda. I will entertain a motion.
There's a small error in number 11. I distributed copies of a draft resolution on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure to make that change.
I'll make that change. I will move to approve the consent agenda item A with that change.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All right, Sheriff's Office, Tracy.
Good evening. I hope everybody had a good holiday. And I want to thank you all for the 26th agreement. That's very nice to have completed and moving forward with. I had a conversation with Barb today. She's continuing to work on water or damages due to the weather that people are calling in about for their property and whatever. And I understand she's working with Mr. Rosander on a lot of that as well. So that's the most update that I have. I understand the sheriff gave you a little update last month when she filled my voice. So outside of that, you should have documents for 2025, the last quarter and the month of December. And do you have any questions regarding those documents that you received?
I do, Under Sheriff. In the December, sheet that you have here for officer number 19, they have no mileage in Stevenson, but yet they work 43 hours in Stevenson. So I'm just wondering how that works.
Well, I'm gonna say it probably works, but maybe I didn't catch it. And so I will address it. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you may want to double check that because they don't have any mileage other than all county mileage down. And so,
Okay, I'll go back and look at the documents because there are sometimes when I drop that stuff in there, things get out of line a little bit.
I can't imagine that you make mistakes.
Well, I appreciate that, Dave. But you know me better than that. Things happen. It's okay. Okay.
I just saw it, that just jumped out at me and I thought,
No,
you know, we should probably be updating that so we get a correct amount of how many miles.
No, absolutely. Thank you for bringing it to my attention and I will look into that.
Thank you.
No problem.
Other than that, you guys are doing a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do our best.
All right.
Anything else?
No.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you for your
Stacy.
time.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, the agenda bounces around a little bit. We're on to number 10 now, but it's, we'll talk about the water leak adjustments. Do we have information on those other than,
Just what's in the packet there, yeah. So for this one, the excess usage was as a result of the broken pipe, and we are asking the council to waive $254.15.
okay. All right, and the second one, was an irrigation main.
Mhm.
And then the third one was a more significant,
Yes,
okay. And this one was due to just a significant water leak, okay.
yeah,
And all of these have been repaired since?
yes.
Okay, that's really what we care about.
Mhm.
Okay, any questions?
I have a couple of questions. One question I have is, what is the adjustment? What is that adjustment for?
For which one?
For any of them? You got a 0.0084 adjustment that is applied to all three of these. And I'm trying to figure out what that why we do that adjustment.
0.0048. Remember.
0.0084. And they multiply that by the number of leak total. And then that adjustment is they take that away from the actual billing.
I would need that to confirm with Caitlin, but I believe that's the average of their usage. And then multiplying what the overage is by that amount. But I'll have to check with Caitlin.
Okay, because there's different amounts. It affects the larger bills, it affects it quite a bit.
Yeah,
And so I guess my question is, what is that for? Because it reduces the amount that they owe.
yeah, from what I can tell, I think that's their average usage and we use that to calculate what they paid over or instead, but I'll have to check with Caitlin to see what the exact calculation is. But yeah, I can find that for you.
Is everybody's calculation different based on their usage? Or
Well-
how do you do that? Is that kind of your question?
Well, no, they use that 0.0084 and they multiply it by the amount of the leakage. And then they come up with that adjustment figure. Then they back that adjustment figure out from the amount that the actual leak bill is.
Okay.
And that has nothing, it doesn't look to me like it has anything to do with
That
the
might be the
average
base
bill.
rate.
What's that?
That might be the base rate that they have to pay either way on their bill. And so taking that out, what's left is the overage. But again, I'll have to talk to Caitlin to confirm exactly how that calculation is made.
Okay, because I'm looking at how she calculates it out here, and that doesn't make sense because the base rate is right up above it.
Okay, well, I'll talk to her to figure out what that exact calculation is.
So I guess my question is, are these correct?
And it's the same calculation we've done on the rest of the bills. For leak adjustments.
Sorry, do we have this memorialized anywhere in a procedure of how we account for this? Because
I believe,
Councilman Cox would probably like to.
yeah, I believe we have an SOP for it, so I'll talk to Caitlin tomorrow so we can get all that information for you.
Can I ask a question? Yeah, so basically there's a formula, right, that determines the amount of water that they ordinarily would not pay for that was due to the leak. And I think so what is that formula, right? So that's a question, correct?
I'm on page 14, by the way, if you want to take a look at the agenda.
But I mean,
Big enough for me, thank you.
I guess my question is the figure they're trying to arrive at is the amount of the bill that they would not have had the leak not occurred. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, okay, and so Dave was wanting to know what that formula was, and that's what we don't have.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, do we want to, go ahead.
The rate per cubic foot.
Well, if you multiply out that rate times 400, which is what you normally get with your water, that does not equate out. Because you're supposed to get 400 cubic feet per month in your bill, in your water bill.
Again, I don't know the calculation off the top of my head, so I'll have to find it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Do we want to move forward on this, or do you want to move this to next month, or do we want to just, and then, I mean, you can obviously verify that the calculations are correct.
mhm, yeah.
So.
Go ahead, Dave. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem approving these subject to like Jenny or somebody verifying that that the math is correct and everything, and that the council get the formula and have it going forward. I'd be okay with that, but only if everyone else is too.
Yep, I can take the action to verify that it's correct and follow up with you guys, and also attach the SOP of how it's explained. So we can, so it's just good information to know.
Okay.
Okay. All right, well then I'll entertain a motion.
I would make that motion the way I put it, that we would approve these based on the fact that Jenny will make sure everything's on the up and up in terms of the math is correct, and then get it to the council, what the formula is, and then that when this comes up in the future, we just have that in the packet, what the algorithm or formula is for determining it.
So Mayor, just a point of order, you got each one separately, so you need
Oh, thank you.
to approve each one separately.
Thank you, thank you.
I
I'll
was going to
entertain-
ask you if my motion could just be all of them for expediency, but that's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will entertain a motion for 10A.
Can we just, okay, you want me to repeat it? Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve 10A based on the criteria that I've already said a couple of times.
Okay.
That works.
And
Thank
entertain a
you.
motion for 10B.
Oh, no,
Well, we have to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
sorry.
Any second? No.
I'll second it. Any discussion?
Any discussion? All those,
I can't with
okay.
attendance,
Okay,
obviously.
you have a conflict.
I have a conflict
So you
there.
will have to, yeah.
Be quiet.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, the motion carries. All right, I'll entertain a motion for 10B.
Ms. Mayor, can you hear me? This is Robert.
Oh, yeah.
Lee. I don't think Vivi, just, Mr. Rice, if you would include the dollar amount on each one of these motions for purposes on the record.
Yes.
Okay, well, let me look at the, and don't make me do all these, please. I'll do the first one and other people do the second. And then let me find the agenda, and the dollar amount on that was for $254.15.
No, 245.
It says.
Oh,
it's two different numbers.
Mhm.
Which number is it?
Yeah, 254.15 is the recommended credit
Okay.
request,
Okay.
Sorry about
requested,
that. 254.
15.
254.15.
I'll make a motion to approve the water leak adjustment in the amount of 21102 for account 25778.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right. All right, I will entertain a motion for 10C.
I will make a motion to approve the water leak adjustment in the amount of $1,234.91 for account 13200.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Or any discussion?
I guess my question is, that's well over the $1,000 maximum that we have on that particular bill. by ordinance.
So can we do that then?
We can go over that, yes.
Okay,
So
just note that.
but yeah,
Yeah.
and my concern about that was that there was, if I remember right, the documentation that went along with it, there was about a 2-week span where that initially started, and when he was notified, and then took him 2 weeks to actually get around to finding the leak. So, I mean, it would seem to me like if I had a water leak that significant, I would be out there digging up my yard trying to figure out where it's at rather than wait 2 weeks to find it.
Yeah.
And so I'm not in favor of giving the full $1,200.
Mhm.
That's just me.
And we followed up aggressively with this. Notified them and
Yes,
this resident, and they, okay.
I mean, do I have that correct? Is that,
I mean, I don't know the exact background because I'm sure it was Caitlin who followed up on that. But yes, if there's a leak, we follow up promptly as soon as we possibly can.
Could we put this one to the next meeting and get more information to make sure that is the case? I don't doubt what Dave is saying, but then we're double checking and not, in
Yeah.
other words.
Yeah, I can.
That might be an option to having them disappoint and saying no when maybe there's extenuating circumstances and we don't know about it, like maybe they were out of town or something. I don't know. So we might be doing them a favor if we did punt that to the next meeting, because then we could find out for sure what happened. It's just a thought.
I'd be good with that.
Okay. So the motion dies then, correct?
Ms.
Procedurally?
Mayor, yeah, Ms.
Yes.
Mayor, you just simply want to say we'll table this one until the next
Perfect.
meeting.
All right, we will table this until the next meeting. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
All right, okay. 10B, the TAP funding for the Bridge of the Gods Kite and Wing Festival.
Yes, I presented information to council regarding that.
Okay.
So are there any questions or anything? Pretty straightforward.
And this, since I'm on the TAC committee, when we originally went through all of these, I made mention of the fact that the Bridge of the Gods Kite and Wing Festival had not applied, and everybody was wondering why they hadn't. And so this explains it, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I would move to approve the 2026 Tourism Advisory Committee funding contract for the Bridge of the Gods Kite and Wing Festival in the amount of $3,000.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second.
I second it. Oh, whoever got to first.
Okay, any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. All right, 10E is mine. So that's the resolution, the code of ethics. So I drafted that up as well as put a memo in your packet as well of kind of why I felt this was important, our first meeting, to just level set on expectations. I know, having been a new council member in your seats, I think it was 2006, just coming in and not really knowing where my swim lane was and where the guardrails were. So I just really wanted to kind of memorialize something for everyone to know, this is kind of what we do as a council. We'll be talking more about this at our offsite retreat, maybe some of the more just how we work together. So, so that's kind of the premise there. Anything?
A couple of typos.
Yeah.
Within it.
Yeah.
J and M are both whistleblower protection, and it looks like they're the same. And then, looks like, K, looks like K and N are the same thing as
Okay.
well. So we need to back one or the other out
Okay.
of that document.
Okay, we can do a cleanup.
Yep.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I have some thoughts.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I thought you were,
I think a lot of it's good, but I do have several problems with it.
okay,
I don't believe it's appropriate to regulate council members' conduct outside of official city business.
Mhm.
I know there's a clause saying it shouldn't be interpreted to restrict protected political speech, which I would remove political and just say any protected speech.
Mhm.
But I think many of the items need to be more specific to clearly avoid that interpretation.
okay,
I don't think free speech means much if it doesn't include the freedom to be disrespectful or say things that some people might consider offensive.
Mhm.
Also, there seems to be too much ambiguity. A lot of it, I don't think is meaningfully enforceable. For example, professionalism, which seems to mostly end up meeting the performance of conformity with some arbitrary standards. And often those standards are used to exclude lower class or marginalized people from equal participation. For example, by designating elements of their culture or expression like dialect or hairstyles as being inherently unprofessional. Also, as an autistic person, I do not understand this sort of rule and have no interest in upholding it. Another ambiguous and unenforceable line is affirm the dignity and worth of public service. I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. It seems very overbroad.
okay,
I think it needs more specifics.
okay. And Robert, you had a chance to look at this from a legal standpoint, correct?
I did, Your Honor. Your Honor, that's what I'm doing. I apologize.
She's a judge now. Okay.
She does have a gavel, so.
I see.
Yeah, so for the council's edification, yes, this is a resolution that would be adopted to amend or supplement your council member handbook. So enforcement of the handbook is by you collectively, not by outside third parties. That's how the council is choosing to operate within the confines of your elected capacities. So in terms of ambiguities, they would be discussed between your council members. If there was discrepancies of some sort, obviously that would be a discussion between, you know, the council members to decide what you want to do, move forward. I believe the mayor's proposition is to make sure that everyone is on a same page on how to move forward and not to disrupt that, but just simply say, please abide by these certain rules as collectively, not necessarily enforced it, as Ms. Lasser said that. So it's a legal document, but it's a document as a resolution that only binds the 5 members of council. It does not give third parties the right to come in and say, you violated the handbook, and so we want to seek enforcement. That's not available.
Okay. All right. Anything else to add? Questions?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Robert? And maybe Mr. Muth can answer this. Let's say that we pass this and someone doesn't abide by it, and the council so determines that they don't abide by it. What are the enforcement mechanisms, if any? In other words, what can we do if somebody says, "Hey, I don't care, I'm going to violate it. That's the way it is." What ability does the council have? And I read in there that we could take away a committee assignment, so I see that. But other than that, what enforcement do we have? I look at this as an aspirational document, and I'm in favor of it. So my question isn't to squash it. My question is just to learn more. And I think my question, if I think I know the answer, and the point of it is being that in the end, this is an aspirational document, and it's nothing for a person to lose sleep over, because we're not forcing someone to violate their freedom of speeches. In other words, but go ahead with I leave my question on the table, and I'll be quiet now.
Sure, Mr. Rice. The issue would be an enforcement mechanism if this council was to choose to adopt a censorship route. We do not have that in the city of Stevenson. It is not part of our code. It's not part of your public handbook. So you do not have collectively the right to say 4v1, the one failed to comply, and this is our enforcement mechanism. The only, it's a gentleman's agreement and gentlewoman's agreement. It follows both. The idea is that the council will acknowledge and operate under a collective or aspirational goal. you're exactly right in the word aspirational, but it's a collective opportunity to move forward and everybody understands sort of the rules of engagement for council members. But you are correct. There's not a mechanism to say you're censured, you can't vote, you lose a vote. Committee assignments is certainly the only effective mean for the mayor to enforce the handbook itself at that point.
I mean, when you're ready, I'd be prepared to make a motion, but when you're ready.
Yeah, and I would just say an aspirational, my standard of which I hold myself up to professionally may be different than Dave's. I don't expect us to have the same exact level there, but we all need to be a little more inspirational or aspirational as how we, connect with the public and what we're serving here. So that was kind of my intent. So. Okay, I will entertain a motion.
Okay, I would make a motion to approve resolution 2026-646 establishing the city council code of ethics.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those nay? Okay, the motion carries. Okay.
Mayor, I apologize. Was that 4-1?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I didn't hear Ms. Lasser. Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry, just 1 second. I think Joanna has a question.
Yeah, there were some corrections made to that. So would that motion then be made as corrected? Because there were some typos that were noted?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
J&M and K&N
Yes,
Yeah.
need to be sorted out.
yes.
All
Good
right.
catch. Thanks for
Gotcha.
making sure we
Thank you.
catch that. Good.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
Good. Okay.
Does that mean I'm getting a raise?
That happened last week. We're not doing that again. Last month. Okay.
All right,
Oh,
moving on. 10F, resolution for public record procedure policy. So, a little background on this is a kind of a housekeeping item, something that we've needed for some time to clean up some stuff. And Wes and I have been working, if you want to jump into procedurally, you want to talk about what you're doing kind of with the team, making sure we have everything in order?
Yeah, so this is really about cleaning up our process and making sure that our public records procedure is sound, because this is a very sensitive issue. And so we have to be really careful. And so this is really consolidating the standards around that and making sure that the procedure is always followed, and that we follow the state laws and the state codes the right way. And so Daniel, our current records manager, he's also looked over this, and so so this is really just a chance to clean it up, because there were SOPs and some flow charts, but it was all older and kind of messy, and this just sets the standard.
Yeah, it sets the tone.
And, right.
So yeah. And it also is, information for us too. I mean, we could be, as far as what we need to provide, how quickly we need to provide. So it's good to memorialize this. All right. Any other questions or questions for staff? Okay, I'll entertain a motion then.
I'll move to approve resolution 2026-647 adopting the city's public records procedure policy.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. All right. Committee appointments discussion. So this is going to be a little bit of a working session here. So let me get my spot here in the. Oh, where are we here?
Here on page,
There we go. I got it.
you got it?
Yeah.
Page 56.
All right. Do you mind if we just go through these kind of line by line?
That's fine.
Get it done? Okay. Mayor Pro Tem, Dave? Can we continue that?
That's what the
Okay.
council wants, yeah, I guess.
Planning Commission, those are all appointed by council, and they all have terms, so we're good there. Board of Adjustments. Who how often they meet?
As needed. I think the last time was about 3 years ago, so
Oh,
it's pretty rare.
It's pretty rare.
do they have to be in the city limits? Because I see a few people that have, well, at least one person has moved on, so.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, Ms. Mayor, they do not. I believe Dan McGill was the last sort of chair for the Board of Adjustments.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I was there 3 years ago when we had the only that I've seen in 12 years, meeting on the Board of Adjustments.
Okay, and is it a 5-person team?
Yes.
Okay. You know, it might be good to actually call these people, and I can help you track down numbers
Okay.
and just check and see if if they know they're still on the Board of Adjustments.
Well, actually, we had to convene them for a driveway variance, and so that'll
Oh.
be happening in the next month.
Next
So,
month, so they.
Yeah, so they're
They
all
know now.
aware. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, you've got 3 members that are expired right now.
Yeah, so we should have that.
Right.
Yeah, so yes, the point still stands. I do need to reach out to make sure that they want to remain on there.
Please, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Board of Appeals. Kind of same thing.
And Joanne's.
Oh, Joanna? Does she have a
I
question?
don't know if she has a different question or if that her hand's still raised.
Sorry,
right.
no, I need to put my hand down, sorry.
Okay.
All right, Board of Appeals, kind of the same thing. How often do they meet?
Oh, geez.
What's that, Robert?
I'm trying to think of the last time we had that meeting.
Well, they're
I
all
can't-
expired.
Yeah, I can't recall ever having that meeting.
Big time.
But that is a requirement that you have this board, correct, Robert?
Well, it is under our RCWs do indicate you should have that committee. However, I think our city size would allow us an exemption, but I don't remember that right off the top of my head. I can confirm that for you if you
Yes.
want to hold that committee assignment open.
Yes, please.
Okay, and that's the appeals.
Board of Appeals.
Got it.
Here's the action taken by the building officials under the provisions of the construction code.
Yep.
Okay. All right, and then the ex officio planning commission, Paul Spencer. Does he know he's still doing that? We should probably reach out to Paul.
Yeah, I can reach out and confirm.
Okay. All right. Stevenson Fire Department. So Ray, I'm signing him up for that. And then Gordy, I think that's great. And then the Volunteer Firemen's Board. So I mean, I don't know if I have a conflict there that my husband's on the Volunteer Fire Department. Shouldn't?
No, you'd have no conflict, Mayor.
Okay, great. So I will step in as mayor. Ray, we need someone from city staff. Great, that's Cody. And,
Okay.
and then we need a council member. Oh.
What's that?
Oh,
I just had a question. I don't know if,
oh, I bet yeah.
did you confirm the volunteer board? Is it the board for volunteer firefighter? Is it the trustees?
It's the City of Stevenson Volunteer Firefighters Board, meets as needed locally, membership set by RCW, established to deal with accident claims.
That actually doesn't belong with the city
Oh.
anymore.
That,
It would belong with the fire district under the interlocal.
Okay,
Okay, all right,
striking.
all right.
so we
Thank you,
can,
Ann.
so we can eliminate that particular one.
All right, moving on, Emergency Service Compensation Board. By statute, the mayor and one council member will best serve as needed to deal with claims. We've never met. So I will take that one, and council member, Ralston, you want to stay on that one? Okay, great. Skamania County Emergency Service Council and Radio Users Board, bi-monthly, various emergency management groups.
Mhm.
So Ray is on that and Gordy. I think that stays. Does Gordy know he's getting? He'll be fine. Mid-Columbia Economic Development District. This was Ben. I would like to be on that if council.
It does usually take place on the third Thursday of the month though, so that's us.
We won't ever get to make that then.
No,
At 4. I mean, maybe if I
Maybe
dial in,
yes.
I
Yeah,
think they're online meetings.
are they?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm a board member
Okay.
on there, representing Stevenson and North Bonneville.
Okay,
But
we can get to do that.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. And then the Schenectady County Economic Development Council, I did take that one. That one is important to me, so I will be taking that one.
Okay.
And then the Stevenson Downtown Association.
I would like to do that one
Yes,
if nobody has a problem with that.
great.
okay,
Yeah, as a business owner, that's great. Skamania County Fair Board. Mr. Cox.
Yes,
I would be willing to do that one.
you want to do that one?
It's great,
Okay, that's fine.
great.
Great, thanks, Lucy.
All right, Southwest Washington Clean Air Agency. So, first Tuesday of the month deals with enforcement and implementation of the Clean Air Act. And we have a joint appointment with the city of North Bonneville. Is this a requirement to be on this one?
I'll be honest, I'm not certain about that. I would have to look. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'd be happy to step up and be on that,
Okay.
if that
Great.
is helpful.
Oh, sorry, what was that, Robert?
No, just Mr. Shoemaker used to attend those meetings. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wes can take those now.
Yep.
And then the Skamania County Solid Waste Advisory Board. Solid waste, garbage related nuisance issues. Do we have to have a council member for that, or can it just be staff?
For a period of time, we had Miss Weisfeld was a member of that, and I think she told me they met one time in the 8 years that she was on council.
I'd take that one if you want. If you want.
All right. Mr. Rice.
I mean, I'm sure I'll be on a few others, but I'll have
Okay.
it.
And then Cody, would you mind taking this from staff perspective?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And then Skamania County Regional Transportation Board.
That would be me and Cody.
Okay. So this deals with the transportation grants type stuff?
Yeah, the regional transportation plan, right? Is that, and they're focused on grant work? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Skamania County Law and Justice Council. Dave?
I will take that.
Okay.
Unless Pat wants it.
No, no, I don't want to take anything away from you, Dave. I'll fill in if you can go.
Next up is the Skamania County Disabilities Board, and I'm very confused about the name versus the description of this. It meets locally as needed, joint appointment with the city of North Bonneville, responsible for reviewing claims that are job related.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
And the title of that doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know if it means for city employees or for just general injury, right? I don't.
So it's injury claims that have made them disabled.
Possibly, and maybe. Do you know anything about this one, Robert? Do you remember this one?
Mayor, I do not. That is not ringing any bells at all. Skamania County Disability Board.
Okay, in the name Janet Tucker?
Jeanette.
Jeanette. Thank you.
Jeanette, yeah.
No. All right, would you mind calling the city of North Bonneville, see if what they remember about this one?
Yeah.
And if it's required,
Mhm.
what we need it for?
And that question, if I can say, I'm curious as we go through this, which ones are mandatory by law and which ones are just, we have the option to go to it. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm curious.
Yeah. Pat, I talked to Wes about that, and I think going forward, well, first of all, it was kind of an archaeological dig to even find this document.
Yeah.
And so I think what we'll do is after we're done here and we memorialize who's getting what, and we run a couple of these committees down to see if we even need them, let's redraft it and then have something that says, at the top, and these are required per state law, and then what's kind of, special to Stevenson, volunteer. Yeah, okay. Does that sound good?
And I guess my question on this, it says it's the Skamania County Disabilities Board. So I'm wondering how that ties in with Skamania County itself and the three Skamania County commissioners. And why there's no representation from the county on this board.
Any thoughts, Asa?
I don't know the question of that one.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the answer.
Was it the Developmental Disabilities Board?
Yeah, if it's the Developmental Disabilities Board, then that's something different.
The Community County Disabilities Board.
I don't know.
Okay, if that's what they mean, then yeah, that's a board that, yeah, we just hashed out our assignments.
Is the city of Stevenson there?
I don't think so.
Do we need to be there?
I don't know the answer to that. That'd be a Robert.
Okay.
question.
Rob is online. I don't know if he can shed any light on this, but, yeah, I mean, I can
Let's
dig
write it
around
down.
the files.
We can- we-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It just seemed odd to me.
okay. Clickitat Skamania Utilities Coordination Council.
I'll take it,
Thank you.
of course.
Can you find out what it is too? Is it? Okay. And report, maybe this can be kind of a living document too, right? We can update this.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, okay.
as we need. We can revisit.
And then the Community Action Team. That was one I was kind of interested in. Pat, would you mind?
Would I mind what, if you did that? And I think I was on the 09. There was the cat,
Yeah.
that, and then there was the 09. I think Dave was on that, or I don't know who was on it. And I was on the 09. I'm happy to do it with whatever you want.
Okay,
I think Pat would work well on that community action team
okay.
and you as well.
Oh, okay. Can we do both of us? Great.
Well,
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks for signing this vote.
I owe you. I remember. No.
All right, the Community County Boundary Review Board. Debbie Van Camp serves as staff. So this was,
and I don't
And
think
Debbie's
Debbie
not there
Van Camp is
She's not an
no
employee.
longer.
and Valerie Foy, who lives outside the city limits, was,
And again, this is a Skamania County Boundary Review Board, so my question
Yeah.
is,
Does a city need to be
Right.
involved necessarily? Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, it's a board, and I think some of the names and nomenclatures are using, this is a very outdated list.
Yeah. That's what I mean. We had to do an archaeological, a dig. So maybe we don't have the most accurate.
The Boundary Review Board, came into play, I believe, in the annexation when the pool district was formed.
Yes.
Oh,
And that did impact the city of Stevenson. So I think that it seems reasonable that a city representative would partake.
okay. All right. Any volunteers
Or
or staff? Yeah.
I don't want to speak for him, but Jeff is, he.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
on the
good
planning
idea.
commission, so it might be a good fit if he's.
Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Great idea there. All right, the tourism, the TAC committee,
I would like to
Okay.
have done that too.
that's great. Good. How often do they meet? Dave?
as
It does at
needed.
least once a year, but
Okay, as
Yeah,
needed.
yeah,
they sometimes will meet, twice a year, depending on if you get, because we decided that, we wouldn't withhold TAC funds if someone in the middle of the year came in with the
Oh,
proposal
I see.
that wanted to get something going. So it's basically as needed, but usually it's once a year, sometime around the end of October, first part of November. Is when they meet.
And I think for city staff, we can swap out then for Jane.
Okay, good. Yeah, she's doing the contract, so that would be most appropriate. All right, the homeless council.
I was just elected chair of that.
Okay,
I'd love to be on it as well. I don't know if two of us could be.
can we send two people?
Sure.
And just on the TAC committee, I'd like to stay on that.
We do need more members for
Okay.
those housing councils.
Good. I'm sorry, you're saying, Dave?
I'm just saying that I'd like to stay on the TAC committee if
Oh,
that's possible as well.
who owns that? The committee? Do
Who
we?
owns it?
We
We own
own it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's city city tax funds.
Yeah, there are like, it says who needs to be on it. You can't have an abundance of council members.
Yes,
on it.
because they're voting.
Oh, David, take it.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Okay, no, that's fine. It would be a good opportunity for you to step up.
We'll find more for Dave to do.
You go for it.
No, that's all right. You're
No,
doing
you've already
fine.
got the tour. This would be great to tie in with the tourism too. So,
Yeah.
it's once a year. All right. Well, here, we'll just go right into law enforcement. Well, oh, this one is one I think we need to change. So the Law Enforcement Contract Committee. We're going to talk about this at our offsite. I know we had council members go and negotiate the contract. I think I'd like to start doing that more often with our city administrator and then come back to you guys to yay or nay. I think we did that because we weren't getting where we wanted to be. But I think this is back to that council and how we operate it's our job to go provide that to you. And you guys don't have to get in the nuts and bolts and the, so we can kind of, I think it would streamline things. So
I don't have a problem with
I
that.
think we're gonna dissolve that committee. And you and I will we don't even need to say it. It's just part of our core job is to negotiate contracts and to present them to council. Okay. Then there is the Public Art Committee. I would think, and I'm just thinking out loud, can this roll under the Stevenson Downtown Association? Does this need to be a committee within the city?
Or maybe the chamber.
The chamber?
Yeah,
No.
I would leave it up to Angie. And Kelly's online. I don't know if
Okay.
she would be open to that, but,
I mean,
I'm gonna say a hard no to that one.
do they ever meet?
I'll do that. Sorry, just kidding.
Yes.
Mrs. Mayor, the last time that committee actually met was to discuss a mural on the concrete wall as you turn onto Rock Creek Drive off of 14.
Yeah.
And as
that was-
as everybody knows, there is no mural on that wall, so the
No.
committee didn't successfully
Okay.
arrange for public art.
Okay, so this is, 10 years of, at least of, can we strike this one?
Kelly,
Not that we-
your hand up.
Oh, yeah. Kelly?
Oh, I'm sorry. 1 sec. Kelly?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone, and welcome, Mayor.
Thank you.
We do have a design committee within the Stevenson Downtown Association. So we have 4 primary committees, as I've shared with council, and I will for new council members in the future. But this would fall under the design committee, where we've partnered with city staff in the past to discuss murals and any sort of public art activation in the downtown district, where it would not necessarily fall within our jurisdiction as if it was outside of that, closer to like the lodge, like that concrete area that was referenced earlier. So we are happy to still talk about public art and partner with city.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we need 2 art committees. So let's dissolve this one and most of this will flow under Kelly anyway. And if there's anything above and beyond that, we can address that ad hoc.
Yeah.
Okay. Great, thanks, Kelly. The Water Inventory Resource Inventory Area, WRIA.
I will take.
Okay, thank you, Cody. Of course. Can you learn more about what it is too? Yes.
I can inform you, Madam Mayor, that committee was set up to do the watershed plan for Schenectady County, where we looked at water allocations, water rights,
Okay.
in-stream flows. I don't believe that committee has probably met since we completed that plan 8 years ago.
Okay, good.
So that'd be a good committee for you to be on.
Yeah, even
No,
better.
I think it sounds like it's been maybe dissolved.
Yeah.
Well, I think our goal, our hope was that is the Department of Ecology, which mandated those plans, adopted that plan. There would be certain implementation funds that would come with it. The ecology has sort of dropped adopting these plans because of some issues that they encountered in Puget Sound. So we haven't seen them actually pick up and approve the plan and allow us to pursue state funding to do that. So
Okay, all right. Okay, interesting. Well, maybe, would you follow up maybe on a backstory of this and see if they still meet? And if they don't, I mean, I think it's just part of our function, so.
With Mr. Bracco.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. The swim team. Wes and I had already talked, we think it was like a wellness program for internal staff. I don't think that needs to be on a committee list like this. This is just part of our
Yeah, and I
daily
don't,
operations.
I don't think it's met in over a decade, so I think we can just
Okay.
scrap it.
So the goal tonight was to get from 3 pages at least down to 2. So I think we met the goal, so. All right. We don't need to make a motion, we can just,
Correct.
great. All right. Where was that? All right, information items, moving on, 11A, Jane?
So I emailed the financial report, and the December financials. Included with that, I just wanted to let you guys know that we've received some reimbursements after the first of the year, so those aren't reported on the December financials. We have a project reimbursement that came in early in January for $631,488.74. That'll go towards Cascade. Project reimbursement came in for First Street for $225,175. And then we have the progress billing. I emailed that along with the question items. So that detailed the payment that we're anticipating of $127,739.13 to go towards the latcher. So once that one comes in, then I can report it, but the other ones will reflect on the January reports because they were reported in January. So that'll help resolve some of the negative fund balances that are shown on the reports. Are there any additional questions regarding the payment?
So the Lasher Street fund was a negative.
Yeah, because we do the work and then we do a reimbursement request to, this one went to DOT. And then they approve it, and then it takes about 4 to 6 weeks after they approve it for us to get payment, and then we post it to the account.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only concern that I have on our financial report, and I appreciate all of the backstory on a lot of this stuff that you do, Jane. But it doesn't tell me anything at all about where we are status-wise in regards to the allocated budget for the year. So we have no idea in regards to whether we're overexpending in line items, whether we've expended in a fund or gone over. We have no clue. And so I think that's critical that we understand where we are every month in regards to that budget and what we have authorized as expenditures versus what is actually being expended by the city. That's, for me, that's critical.
So if I can speak to that, I found a new report this afternoon that I can generate, and I was fiddling with the settings, but basically it can show the account lines that you're wanting to know, and it'll show how much has been spent either by year or by month, and then it'll do a percentage to show you how much has been expended.
Right, how much is remaining
Right.
in
So
those
that's my
line
plan
items,
is
yes.
to just make sure it's fine tuned for presentation for the next council meeting.
Yeah, or even better, our offsite. I do have budget on our offsite, so once
to
they
talk about?
yeah,
Okay,
finances. So okay.
We can have that moving forward then,
Mhm.
each month.
okay.
Yeah, I will reiterate what Dave said. I'll second what Dave said, of course, not that we're voting on it. Think if we would have had like a cumulative total, like when we put in the new sewer plant, it would have been nice. So, how is these projects grow? Because we're still don't know what we spent on that, whether it's, the numbers are all over the map. So I think what Dave is saying is just important. And I know we'll discuss this more at the retreat, but I'm just in agreement with everything that's been said.
yeah, part of this retreat will be getting new council members up to speed and so forth. So, okay, anything else on financial report? All right, the planning commission minutes.
Those are just, in the
Just
package.
informational?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then,
We do need to talk too about planning commission and direction and how we're gonna work with them in the future.
And we're gonna talk about that at the
Mhm.
offsite.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then the Chamber of Commerce is also in your packet. All right,
I think, Andy, I
Oh,
don't know if
Angie.
you wanted to speak at all to it or not. Sorry, I didn't want to put you on the spot, just in case.
I'm here because just in case you had any questions or, on my quarterly report, so. I, in the past, have come quarterly to kind of speak to it. I had some family issues, so that just kind of gone to the wayside, but I want to come quarterly again, so just to be here in case you have any questions on what we're doing, and I just report quarterly because we do have those lodging tax contracts with the city, so.
I think just for me, I don't know about for you, just a better understanding of the chamber, all the revenue streams that come in and out and through who, I'd just like to solidify that in my head. But yeah, maybe we can get together in the coming weeks and.
I love that.
Okay. All right, anything else? Any other questions? All right. All right, city administrator and staff report. So I thought I would actually start maybe doing some reporting too about like what the mayor's up to, if that's okay. That was kind of a new ad.
This is your show.
Okay. Well, it's council meeting. It's your show. So you guys all received my 30, 60, 90-day plan, which I'm already behind schedule on, but I'm going to continue to work with that. Just diving into the inner workings of how we do business, as well as I have site tours with Cody next week. That will really help me hopefully explain things a little bit better in terminology and acronyms and all those good things.
A cheat sheet.
Thank you, please, yes. Let's see, we have our council retreat. I'm gonna pivot and start working more towards that. I think we've got a pretty solid vision and mission, and I don't want to rehash that unless you guys do. I'd really rather work on execution. So, and really we define what success looks like for us. I don't think we've done that in the past of where we want to be. So to make it productive, I'm going to be sending you guys some more information. So do your homework. There's a lot of paper. Just a rough agenda. So just where we're at right now, a baseline, kind of a reality check, current financial conditions, major capital project status, and just kind of some of our stress points I'm hoping we can go through, and then defining our priorities, the CIP list. So maybe freshen that up as well. I don't know if it's fresh. What's top tier, what's aspirational, kind of start racking and stacking that in our minds. Alignment check of existing plans. So sending you the downtown plan. I think it's called the success
Plan for success.
Plan for success. Let's refresh that, or at least look at it and know it exists. The sewer ordinance, we're going to go through that. I've directed staff to hold on implementation. I sent you guys some emails of some things we might want to consider. I don't think we're going to change it all, but I think we can make a few minor tweaks of possibly more incentives. So we'll look at that. And then just some operational and process improvement updates, as well as, we kind of talked about roles, norms, and working agreements. That really an opportunity for us to all work together and kind of see what's important. So, so there was that. And then lastly, last week, January 7th, there was a news release in the Pioneer that said that the sewer treatment plant was 14 million. I probably need to go retract that. It's actually, we have records of that, being more like 22 million that we have receipts for. So I just want to be clear and concise and transparent with our constituents that it was actually in the financial budget documents as well for the 2025 budget that it summarized that we were up to 22 million. So I thought it'd be good. I know that's been kind of a concern of ours of what was really spent and how did we define that, and so forth. So and then I'm also thinking maybe if it's in the budget, well, maybe a forensic accountant to kind of come in and just help us kind of set this straight. So at least set it straight for me. So so that's it. All right, Wes.
Oh, so
Oh, it's Cody. I'm sorry, Cody.
Cody and I,
Yeah, absolutely. I sent out my update to you guys a few days ago. A lot of it's been projects. FEMA's been keeping me really busy after the storm. Almost ready to submit. We have about $200,000 for the various equipment and labor and materials that we're looking to hopefully reimburse. A couple of the big ones will be that high level logging, reservoir logging that needs to take place. We have that scheduled to start next week. So we'll be paying out of pocket, but hopefully there'll be some reimbursement from the government at some point.
You talk about up at the reservoir?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Some other notable ones is we ran into some issues down at our Kanaka Creek lift station. We lost a pump during that high rain event, clogged up. Bolt got stuck in it actually.
Yeah.
So we had to pull the pump and clear it. And we had about an hour of working before that would have actually overflowed into the river because the one pump wasn't moving. So thankfully we were able to clear it, get it down, get it running. But if that would have thrown the impeller out of balance or broke something internally, we would have been discharging into the Columbia. So something else I have in there would be a redundant pump that is just stored down there that can get just dropped in. The water line took a pretty good beating that crosses over on the Rock Creek Bridge. It's free spanning and of course it's on the north side, so it takes the brunt. Where they got exposed joints on 3 portions of it, so I've been working with our engineers to get some sort of estimates and I put that as well into the FEMA request. And then Lasher, been working on that. I submitted part 1 of that grant funding today. Still looking to fully fund that through grant, keeping city dollars to a minimum. Is there any questions on the rest of the report?
So on Lasher, are we, where are we at as far as, because I noticed that we've got some engineering stuff that's paid out on that with the vouchers.
Yeah.
Are we within the amount of money that we have currently allocated
Currently
for that?
Yes, we are still okay. So we had 800,000 that came in through a WashDOT grant and they dropped us to about 350,000, but it's still enough to get us through design and a little bit of right-of-way acquisition.
Okay.
I have requested or told the engineers through Wallace that we're gonna pause until we can see how the rest of our funding shakes out. So they're no longer working on it as of this week. But I got us to a point to where I felt we could at least put it on the shelf. You know, if we don't move forward, we have a good working set of plans that we could move forward with if opportunity arose.
So the Highline logging, that's in hope, that's the FEMA paying for that,
That's
right?
the hope, that's the goal.
Okay,
Either
and-
way, it has to happen.
Okay, and is that being like bid out with different people that do that, or are we just picking someone?
I reached out to 5 or 6 different logging companies and nobody would touch it because of the danger and the hazards of dropping it onto a city reservoir. I got
Okay.
a lot of no callbacks. I got some very high numbers. Jenny had a great idea of reaching out to PUD, which I did. So I met with them earlier this week and they were willing to work with us. So we're gonna rent some large excavators and they're gonna come do a lot of the falling and do some bucking out of the trucks. So they'll help get us on the ground. And then I have been working with a local contractor, a logging contractor that once they're on the ground, he will be able to come in, limb, buck and haul the lumber off and brush everything up and stuff.
And that's what we wanna do, is just the initial threat, right?
The initial threat, which
And
is
then-
most of it.
Oh, is it? Okay. that
It's a
was my
small
question.
lot, it's an acre.
Okay.
And everything's within.
So we might as well just take all of the
For the
risk
most.
away, and we don't have to have this conversation until
Yeah, and then
30
not
years from
replant.
now. Okay,
No,
What's
no,
that?
not even 30 years.
Okay,
We're
okay.
not replanting.
got it.
Worked with the state, we have the permits to do nothing.
Okay,
And I've worked with the joint
Nice.
property owners as well, and they know what's going on, and if we need to push trees over onto their side, they're totally good with it, so we can make a mess, as long as we can clean it up.
Where are we at with the Rock Creek intake and the engineering on that?
So that's all part of the long-term water supply 1B that kicked off last month. It was just your typical engineer kickoff meeting, introducing each other to the different engineers and the electrician consultants. Me, John, and Gordy met up at the water plants and we went through a complete inventory of everything that Grayling could find equipment wise that we had between the intake, between the Wabong system, between the well and to the water plant. And I kicked that back over to them earlier this week, and we have a meeting set up to discuss it next week. And from there, they'll be able to really start diving in. Now, we do, when we shut Rock Creek off for the end of the year, we had a few pump issues. So we have some electricians coming in to do some troubleshooting, because this project, the long-term water supply, I mean, it's supposed to, this stage will end in June, July, but it's just the beginning. We're gonna come out of that with a 10% plan of what the city needs to do, right? So it's gonna be years before we even see work being performed for the system. So it's a fine balance of putting enough money into the system to keep it maintained, keep it functional, keep it reliable and safe, but not wasting tax dollars into it. So we're gonna do some exploring with the pumps. I'm hoping not to have to replace one. If we do, we do. Last quote we had was a few years ago, and I want to say it was around $7,000. So it's not an outrageous expense. Versus the wastewater pump I just quoted was $35,000. So
Okay, thank you.
of course.
All right, any other questions for Cody? Okay, Wes?
All right, so my report is in the packet, and basically the focus is on the transition in the new year. So staff have been working closely with the newly elected officials, and I've been meeting with Jenny, and so staff can make sure that we can get everybody onboarded and make sure that there's a smooth transition. We had a sit down to go over the departmental responsibilities and to give everyone a chance to meet the staff and the new counselors as well. I've been working with the mayor and the city attorney to update the public records procedures as we saw tonight and voted on. The planning commission has completed its review of the vacation rental ordinance, and they will be sending their recommendations next month. We put out an RFP for IT services for the city, and we've received quite a bit of enthusiasm and interest for it. So the responses are due by the end of this week, and so then we'll be able to look at the bids and go from there. And also just in general, the staff, the focus right now is to make a reset and make sure that we are focused on the right priorities, and also that if something has been broken or if it's complicated, that we can redo it. So for instance, the budget, as I think we all saw during the budget process and in the past few months, was very complex and very difficult to understand. So Jane and I, and of course, Mayor Taylor, are going to be working to restructure that so that it's more understandable, so that it's simpler, and that you know, it doesn't take months and months to take it apart and understand it. So that'll really be the focus in the new year so far, is to reset those and to reset expectations. And so I'm looking forward to the offsite to get to chat with all of you and to work on the priorities moving forward. So if you have any other questions on that.
No. Okay, all right, voucher approval. You had a chance to look at the vouchers. Well, yeah, is there a motion?
I would make a motion to approve the vouchers.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Oh, any discussion?
My discussion
Yes.
about the one for
Liana.
Liana.
Okay.
I have concerns that the documentation isn't there and the issue with the contract itself.
Yeah.
And Robert, maybe you can chime in on this. The contract for Liana is two-part. One is the original, and then the second was a second amendment in September to take care of the 2024 audit. And her billing includes work that she did for the 2026 budget, which is outside the scope of work for the Second Amendment. My concern is that there was no contract in place for her to do that work. Is he still there?
So in the amendment, it shows in section 1 that there's an exhibit A
Right.
be attached, but I don't see the exhibit A. So that's something I need to look for if Robert has that.
You sent Exhibit A to us.
For the service, the amendment number 2.
I believe. I have to go back and look at the email.
I mean, can I ask you guys, how much time did you spend on 2026 budget prep? Was it was it a couple hours? Was it?
No, it was a decent
No.
chunk. I know that I could go
Okay.
back and.
Okay, to your point. Okay.
Yeah, and again, that breakdown of those hours, I mean, rather than just have a single sheet of paper with an invoice. And, you know, and Jane and I have talked about this before, there needs to be additional backup on that. Because you can print off anything on a piece of paper, say this is what you owe us. Without proper documentation, auditor will eat that alive.
So can we take that out of these or until that's figured out and not?
And I'd be,
Can we
yeah,
change the motion?
So, but the problem
yes,
is.
I'd be willing
that's
to amend my motion if you need
A
me.
25 expense.
Pardon?
It's a 25 expense. So if I'm going to post it to the 25 budget, then it needs to be taken care of
But it has
tonight.
2026
Work on it.
work on it.
It has work for it was budgeted for work out of the 25 budget for the 26, the creation of the 26 budget.
No, there's none. From what I can see from the documentation you sent us, there's no work that is approved on that contract for 2026. Everything is 2025. And that's my issue with this.
I would have to go look and see if I can find that exhibit.
Okay, well, let's take this out. Pat, you were gonna amend your motion.
Yes, I can amend the motion that we approve the vouchers, accepting that one, accepting the Liana Kinley billing until we
Okay.
figure that out.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any more discussion? All right, all those in
Yes,
favor?
on, oh, yeah, there was on that. There, I know that there's a threshold where council is notified, and I thought that threshold, not to approve it, but if we went over 10,000 with the contractor, that the council would be notified about that. And maybe I'm wrong on that, but I just don't ever recall being notified that we were going over 10,000 with Ms. Kinley. In fact, I don't know if the council ever had notification on that, which might be proper. Other than there was somewhere I read there was a 10,000 figure that council gets notified. Maybe I'm wrong on that. So I just raise that as a issue, as a question.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the policy because it's different for regular purchases versus professional services. And I'm not sure what notification was made then. I can go back and look, but I just don't know off the top of my head, but I can definitely.
Yeah,
look at that.
and I can also figure try to recall where I saw the 10,000 and email that to somebody too as
Okay.
well.
Mail it to me or send that to me and
Yeah.
I can work this. This will be great for us to know at our, have something, just for awareness for everybody. Of
Yeah.
what the triggers are. Obviously, I need to know too. And where the professional where do we have to bid stuff out, stuff like that.
We may want to bring that up at the offsite
Yeah.
and see if we need to modify that.
Yep. Okay.
Right, thank
You got
you.
a lot of stuff in those.
Yes, we
We
do.
might need 2 offsites.
And it's an evening offsite?
Well, we have Aaron's schedule we need.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. It's okay.
Sorry.
It's an afternoon, an afternoon offsite. So
What day was that?
Tuesday, the 4th, you should have gotten an invite or you have. Okay, good.
Anyway, you've got a motion and a second on the floor.
Oh, real quick. Sorry. How much have we spent on this contract in total?
I have to look at all.
14? I heard 14.
Yeah, I'll have to defer to Jane.
I have to look at all the.
There's two, there's the first two equal the second.
Okay.
So there's 14,700,
I see.
something like that.
Okay.
And the second amendment brought it up to 18,000, no more than 18,000.
Okay. At 18,000.
That's what the limit was.
Okay. The contract. Okay, so we probably are within that. Okay, and this, all right. And we negotiated this rate or this, well, that's a different conversation. Okay, like the $200 an hour. Okay. So.
Move to
Any
second.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All right, vouchers. Okay, next up, mayor and council committee. I put myself on here because I am on some committees and I just attended the MCHED meeting. It went really well. It's my first meeting. We're meeting quarterly. Do you guys have any committee reports?
I attended the Fair Board meeting last night. Had a good discussion. They have their new website. It should be up and running next month. So they're pretty excited about that because it's going to be
good. Really
a real improvement for them. So anyway, yeah.
All right. Let's see, issues for next meeting. Are there any agenda items for February that you guys want to flag or bring on the agenda? Okay. Well then adjournment. What time is it? It's 7:18. There we go. Great, thanks everybody. Oh, I guess I needed to make a motion to adjourn. I just, okay.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
Pat.
Appreciate
Thanks,
everything.
Pat.
Bye.